Good morning, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you all today. Today, we're going to explore an exciting and crucial topic, understanding space law, why it matters for India's space future. We'll look into the legal frameworks that guide our ventures into space and why India needs comprehensive space legislation to support its cosmic ambitions. Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover how space law shapes our exploration, innovation, and future in the cosmos. Let's get started. Let's take a closer look at what space law is and why it exists. At its core, space law is about ensuring peaceful governance of activities beyond our planet. Its main goal is to make sure that the use of outer space remains safe, peaceful, and sustainable for all nations involved. This is especially important as more countries and private companies are increasingly active in space. Another key concept is that space is considered a universal heritage. This idea comes from the 1967 Outer Space Treaty, which states that outer space is the province of all humankind. This means no single country can claim ownership of space or any celestial body. It's a shared resource that belongs to everyone. Finally, space law emphasizes shared responsibility. It lays out the responsibilities of nations, both governments and private entities, when it comes to space activities. This includes liability for any damages caused and encourages countries to work together through cooperation. All these points are about creating a framework that promotes peaceful, responsible, and collaborative use of outer space, which ties directly into our overall theme of responsible exploration and utilization of space for the benefit of all humanity. Let's take a closer look at the global legal backbone that supports space activities. At the core, we have key international treaties that set the foundation for how we operate in space. For example, the Outer Space Treaty of 1967 is considered the foundational framework. It establishes the basic principles that govern space exploration and use. Then, there's the Liability Convention, which addresses damage caused by space objects, making sure there's a way to compensate for any harm. And the Registration Convention helps with spacecraft tracking, ensuring that space objects are properly registered and identifiable. These treaties are really important because they lay down the core principles that guide responsible space activity. But here, where it gets tricky, the implementation gap. These treaties are not self-executing, meaning they don't automatically become enforceable laws within individual countries. They require national legislation to be put in place. Without this, international commitments risk remaining just words on paper. That means, without proper national laws, space activities could go unregulated, potentially leading to chaos or unsafe practices in space. So, while these treaties provide a vital legal framework, their effectiveness really depends on how well countries incorporate them into their own legal systems. India's space ambitions are truly accelerating, and this slide highlights just how rapidly our sector is growing. In 2023, we had a major breakthrough with Chandrayaan-3, which achieved a historic soft landing on the lunar South Pole. This was a significant milestone, showcasing our technological progress and our ability to explore deeper into space. Looking ahead to 2025, India is planning some exciting missions, including the NISAR joint mission with NASA. This mission aims to enhance our Earth observation capabilities and improve our understanding of natural resources and environmental changes. Additionally, we're making strides in satellite docking technology, which is crucial for future complex space missions. By 2028, we have a vision for deploying India's own 5-module space station. This ambitious project will demonstrate our capability to sustain long-term human presence in space and contribute to international space research efforts. Another impressive aspect of our space sector is the rapid growth of startups. Back in 2014, there was just one space startup. Today, that number has surged to 189 in 2023. This shows a vibrant entrepreneurial spirit and a booming commercial space industry within India. The overall space economy is also on the rise, currently valued at around $9 billion, with ambitious growth targets ahead. Our goal is to carve out a significant share of the global space economy, aiming for a 10% market share by 2030. All these milestones and plans reflect India's rapidly evolving space ambitions, positioning us as a formidable player on the global stage and driving innovation and growth in this exciting sector. Let's now look at the current state of Indian space governance, specifically the progress we've made and the gaps that remain. First, on treaty ratification, I want to highlight that India has ratified all the key UN space treaties. This shows our commitment to international standards. However, what's missing is a comprehensive national space legislation that clearly defines our own rules and regulations. Moving on to the policy framework, the Indian space policy of 2023 is quite forward-looking. It actively encourages private sector participation and emphasizes sustainable practices, which are crucial for the responsible growth of space activities. Regarding the regulatory body, InSpace plays a vital role in authorizing private space activities. But an important point to note is that InSpace operates without a statutory legal backing. This means its authority isn't firmly rooted in law, which can create uncertainties. Finally, there's a significant legislative gap. The pending Space Activities Bill is essential to establish an enforceable legal framework. Without this legislation, our regulatory environment remains incomplete, and it could hinder the growth and security of our space sector. Connecting all these points to our overall theme, it's clear that while India has made good progress internationally and in policy terms, there's still work to do legally to fully realize our space ambitions and ensure sustainable, secure, and responsible space activities. Let's explore why India urgently needs a national space law. First, legal enforceability is crucial. It helps turn our international treaty commitments into concrete laws that are enforceable domestically. This means we can clearly define penalties and establish compliance mechanisms, ensuring everyone adheres to our space regulations. Next, regulatory clarity is essential. A well-defined framework for licensing, liabilities, insurance, and safety standards provides transparency. This clarity benefits both government agencies and private companies by setting clear rules of the game, encouraging responsible and safe space activities. Safety and security are also top priorities. With the increasing amount of space debris and orbital congestion, we need robust measures to mitigate risks. Addressing cybersecurity threats is equally important to protect our national assets in space from malicious attacks or unauthorized access. Finally, economic confidence plays a vital role. A comprehensive national law reduces regulatory uncertainties, making India a more attractive destination for investors. It also paves the way for increased foreign direct investment, which can accelerate our space sector's growth. In summary, establishing a national space law is not just about regulation. It's about creating a secure, clear, and confident environment to harness the full potential of India's space ambitions. Without a clear national space law, we face several significant challenges. First, there's regulatory fragmentation. When multiple ministries are involved, it often leads to delays, red tape, and conflicting jurisdictions, all of which slow down space ventures and create uncertainty for investors. Next, authority limitations come into play. Since InSpace operates as a non-statutory body, its enforcement power is limited, which can make investors hesitant because the regulatory environment isn't as stable or predictable as it needs to be. Then there's the issue of commercial risks. The frameworks around private liability and insurance are still unclear, which raises the risks for companies and can deter international partnerships, something crucial for growth in this sector. Finally, security vulnerabilities cannot be overlooked. Cybersecurity gaps in satellite communications pose a real threat to our national security and the protection of critical infrastructure. All of these challenges highlight why establishing a comprehensive national space law is essential. It would streamline regulations, strengthen enforcement, reduce risks, and enhance security, creating a more stable environment for our space ambitions. Let's now look at India's path forward in building a robust legal framework for space activities. One of the key steps is establishing clear statutory authority for in-space. This involves drafting a space activities bill that grants in-space the legal power to operate effectively, including transparent licensing procedures and an appeals process to ensure accountability and fairness. Moving on, creating a comprehensive liability framework is essential. We need to codify private liability caps to limit potential damages, set mandatory insurance requirements to protect investments, and establish government-backed indemnities for major missions so that risks are managed responsibly. Safety protocols are another critical area. Enforcing debris mitigation measures is vital to prevent space debris from accumulating, which could jeopardize future missions. Additionally, establishing standardized accident investigation procedures will help us respond swiftly and learn from incidents, ensuring safer space operations overall. Investment liberalization also plays a major role. By liberalizing foreign direct investment, we can boost the space sector, allowing 100% automatic FDI in satellite manufacturing and up to 49 to 74% in sensitive subsectors, subject to security clearances. This approach encourages more private sector participation and technological growth. Finally, cybersecurity must be a priority. The establishment of a dedicated space cybersecurity command will help safeguard dual-use technologies and critical infrastructure from cyber threats, protecting India's strategic interests in space. All these measures together will help India build a resilient, secure, and innovative space ecosystem, aligning with our overall goal of becoming a global leader in space. Now, let's explore why space law is so crucial for India's sovereignty and growth. First, data sovereignty is a key aspect. By controlling satellite data localization and lawful interception, India can better safeguard its national security interests, ensuring sensitive information stays within our borders and is protected from external threats. Next, foreign operator regulation is equally important. As foreign satellite operators like Starlink enter our skies, having clear regulations allows India to manage and oversee these entities. This way, we can foster innovation while also maintaining sovereignty and security. Moving on to our self-reliance vision, supporting Atmanirbharta in space technology is vital. It positions India as a leader in commercial space activities, reducing dependence on external players and boosting our technological capabilities. Finally, sustainable development is at the heart of space law. It ensures that our use of space resources remains peaceful and responsible, contributing to socioeconomic development and helping us address issues like poverty more effectively. All these points tie together under the larger theme, strengthening India's sovereignty and fostering sustainable growth through robust space law. Space law truly serves as India's launchpad to the stars, providing the essential foundation for a bright and sustainable space future. It's not just about reaching new heights, it's about ensuring that our ambitions are grounded in solid legal safeguards. By establishing clear rules and frameworks, we can transform India's bold space vision into reality that lasts. This legal foundation offers triple protection. First, it safeguards our national interests, making sure our space activities align with our security and strategic goals. Second, it encourages innovation by creating a stable environment where new ideas and technologies can flourish. And third, it helps attract global investment and partnerships, opening doors for collaboration and growth. As India's space sector continues to soar, having a strong legal framework becomes even more crucial. It ensures that exploration is safe, equitable, and responsible, values that are vital as we venture further into the final frontier. The time to act is now. Enacting comprehensive space legislation isn't just a legal necessity, it's a strategic move that will shape India's future among the world's leading space nations. We need to lay this groundwork today to secure our place among the stars tomorrow.